Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, 4th in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother. March up! Barak! Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahab.
Water, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
A little bit that way. So a little bit right, a little bit more. First. All right.
So why we getting? Is there something we could do about? Why it sound so screechy like that? You hearing what I'm hearing?
Come.
Is that in the class or that's just on your phone? All right. Shalom, Israel. Slaki about the tardiness. Give me one hot second right here. Check that sound one more time and see if we can oh yeah, we sound a lot better. Yeah, we sound a lot better. All right, Shalom, Israel. I'm Officer of 1,000, Owadja. This is the law class. Isupk Detroit, under Commander General Yohana. Man, it feel good to be in this seat. If y'all only knew. All right. Once again, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Get this truth out there, man, so our people can start waking up and coming to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, man, so we can get up out of this hellhole that we in, man. So we can get our brothers and sisters out of the ghettos, off of drugs, and things of that nature, man. All right. All right. So today we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to start. You got a mic, L? Okay, cool. That's cool. All right. We're going to start. Oh, I want to tell y'all a quick little story, man. I'm talking to this sister, right? And this sister, and as I'm talking to her, she's telling me about how she has to take a picture of the new stuff that they put inside of the dispensary, because you know the little plastic Kool-Aid things that they get where they just pick it up and they drink it and they squeeze it, right? You know what I'm talking about, L? And they just twist it. They now have like some liquid weed or something like that. And it's they don't call it Kool-Aid, they call it something else. And they have different things like that. And what happened was at her son's school, they had started bringing those things into the school. She said her son only in 7th grade. So she's saying that she has to now show, so she can show her son the difference of what is what and what he should have. Like, this is weed and this is not candy. So it's almost like, because I'm gonna say Jordan Jammers. No grown person is walking into the dispensary. If somebody is doing, they ain't looking for Jordan Jammers. They targeting kids with these kind of things, with the candies and the juices. And I was just in shock. And now all the kids at the school, they have to wear clear book bags so that the staff can see what's inside of their book bag, to make sure that they not carrying around some marijuana candy, some weed candy, or some weed juice or some nonsense like that. Insane, man. And she said her son is 7th grade. They sent it home and they sent the letter home and switched to the clear book bags because somebody took some drugs in there, some weed or something, and tripped out. They had to call the ambulance and all kind of stuff. It's bad, man. The oppressor is not playing out here, man. He not playing. And the only way we can combat stuff like that, the only way we can stop stuff like that, the only way we can fix stuff like that, man. That's why we have to like and share these classes and come back to the Lord. That's how we stop stuff like that. That's how we fix stuff like that. We cannot fix it ourselves, man. We cannot. We've tried everything that we could do to fix things ourselves and solve all of our problems. And this idea is a good idea, and that idea is a good idea. None of it works, because none of it has us coming back to the Lord and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. It's like, I just had to share that story, man. That when as she was telling it to me, I was just in awe. I really don't talk to a lot of people in the world, like, so I really don't be knowing, I don't be on social media that much. I don't really be knowing what's going on. So I just was like, man, my goodness. It was my goodness. All right. Go ahead, El.
Microphone on. do anything to make that?
Speaking it right quick, just do a check on it.
Cons check up. Testing.
Yeah, you two out. So yeah, okay. Middle school, man, that's insane. They passing out off of weed. They're tripping out off of weed in middle school. So he done took some noun laters or something that look and this weed, thinking he eating some noun laters. Insane, man. So yeah, Thawada, I mean, I had to share that story with y'all, Salakia. Man, I just that story was just insane to me. So again, of course we just had the Passover a few weeks ago, and I didn't get to share my experience about the Passover. So since it's my class, I'm gonna share it now. How about that? I'll share it now. Thank y'all very much. I enjoyed myself. I had a great time, man. Brotherhood was awesome as usual. Sisterhood, awesome as usual, man. Everybody did their part, man. Everybody worked hard in the area in which that was tasked to them to make sure that we had a enjoyable Passover, man. So Thawada to all the people that participated in that, man. To make that to make this Passover glorious as it was. Okay. Go ahead.
Lucky, sir. If I may, if you could you elaborate? Like, what was the best part about the past? I couldn't make it this year yet, but what was the best part to you?
The best part of the Passover to me is always just the brotherhood part about it, the coming together. Like, because for me, and for I can't even say for me, this I can almost guarantee this go for damn near every black person. For me, when we get together like that outside of the truth, it's all somebody always end up, no matter what. If I'm at a club, if I'm in my backyard barbecuing, it's always some BS tied to it. It's like it's like it gotta be. It's like a tradition where it just has to be a fight or something. It has to be, especially like when alcohol start getting involved. And it don't matter whether it's nothing but my family. It don't matter if it's my family and my friends. Like, it does, none of that matters. It always has to be some form of it can't, everything cannot go smooth. That's never happened. Ever. It always has to be it always. We can't we act like we really hate each other, and it's really just frustration. Go ahead, El.
With the water, sir. If I may, sir, I was going to say, wait till that carpet. I was going to mention that that's true. Like, I remember, having family meetings back in the day. My family in the world, and it was even before we have our family get together. It was like you almost anticipated something going wrong, or like what is it going to be this year? Like we was trying to have a family meeting, but it's always something. Somebody too drunk, or somebody talking about somebody in the wrong way. Kind of embarrassing somebody. We used to have family meetings, but you can't embarrass somebody.
And I don't know, for the life of me, it just always happened, and I experienced the same thing myself, like I was saying. So it was just at the Passover, man. It was like the first time I ever been around where everybody truly loved one another. You see what I'm saying? Everybody truly loved one another, man. Like, it never been that many black people in a space. Only the Lord, only the Lord can create a setting like that, man. You have to be favored by the Lord. I hate to sound Christian, but Salakia for sounding so Christian, but only if the Lord is with you, man. The Lord has to be with you to be able to accomplish something like that, man. And that's why, man, and that's why I always like to give Commander General Yohana his props, man, for holding on to this truth. Because without him, we never could. We would not know where we would be, man. We don't know where we would be. A lot of us wouldn't be on this side, or wouldn't be on the earth any longer. A lot of us, we'd be in prison forever if it was not for this truth, man. This truth saves the lives of brothers and sisters, man. It saves brothers' lives. It changed brothers' lives, man. This truth is like Ezekiel when it said, "Can these bones live?" And then it said it breathed the breath of life, and then he saw the skin come up on him, then it stood up a great. That is what it is like coming into the UPK, man. We building this exceeding army. This army, these bones live, man. We come in from all different walks of life, man. That's what make what Commander General Yohana do so heavy, man. And man, the task that he was tasked with to do, man, to be able to build it like this, man. It's not, you can look at it now and say, man, this is a great thing, but the work that it takes to get to this point, man, brothers probably, we can never understand it. We can never understand it. And that's how you know the Lord is with Commander General Yohana. All these other fake Israelite groups and fake groups and all this other stuff, the only thing that they do is they recruit people based off of their lust, based off of what they like to do. If you like to lay down with oppressor women, this group over here is the group that they'll join. If you love Africans and alphabet stuff, this group over here is the group you'll join. If you love if you love raping women, you'll join this group over here. Commander General Yohana held on to the truth and what was right. He didn't care about, he would have done it by himself if he had to. You understand? He'd have been the only person in the UPK, but he wasn't going to tarnish or let the Lord down. He wasn't going to stain the Lord's name, man, by being disobedient. He wasn't going to do that, man. And because he didn't, I'm here. You here. Every school across the country is here, and across the world is here because he held on to it. And he stood what they call 10 toes down or standing on business. And that's why we are able to come in here, man. And that's why I always thank Commander General Yohana. Salakia for the rant. With that being said, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to jump to Psalms. Let's get Psalms. No, Salaki. Let's get, first thing I want to do, since we're just talking about that, let's get Zephaniah 2:1. Since we're just talking about this, because this is such a, man, this is one of my favorite scriptures, man. If I could, I would read this scripture every single time in class, because this is one of my favorite scriptures, because it's something that outside of the world, people kind of know that, because you always hear it. You always be like, we all need to come together and we need to all do this and we all need to do that. Salakia, read that.
In the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, in verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Gather yourselves together.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired.
And like I was just saying, man, this is such one of my favorite scriptures, man. It's one of my favorites because, like, when you in the world again, you see it, you hear it. Everybody know that we really need to, but nobody really understands how to do it. Nobody has a plan of really what comes together, because a person in the world coming up with their own plan, they have their own agenda behind it. Like, because it makes sense to them inside of their mind. What we doing here is we do what the Lord think is right. That's the difference between, and that's why it works so well in here, us gathering ourselves together, us coming together. That's why it works so well. That's why it's almost like when Christ said, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. That's what coming into school does, man. Because certain worries that you have inside of the world, again, because we all come from different walks of life. So certain things that you worry about, once you hit the truth, it's over. You don't think about them things no more. You don't worry about them things. Those things are a distant memory. In other words, you're not the old man no more. Once you become that new man, oh my God, it's over. Can't nobody tell you nothing, man. Can't nobody tell you nothing. And you don't want to do nothing else but come in here and serve the Lord, man. And that's what you should want to do, man. You should. You should want to come in here and serve the Lord, because that's going to change your life. That's going to change your life. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to change the life of somebody around you too. Your light, they're going to see your light, and it's going to change their life, man. And then they can affect somebody. And then you get, and then we have what? We got that army in here, man. That's how you get that army in here. Read that one more time.
Continuing on, we're in the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Oh, nation not desired, man. Get a Ecclesiastes, the 4th chapter for me. Oh, nation not desired, because again, nobody desired, and God, and damn it, we don't need no other nation to desire us, man. When we come together, man, every nation that look at us and see us together, they want to be us. They want that. They don't understand. It's like, man, the Passover was like, it's the brotherhood. You could just feel it all in the air, man. It's an experience that I think every brother should experience at least once. You can't. That's an experience you can't get inside of some fake Israelite group. You can't get that inside of them. You can't get it in how you going to have the Lord's Passover in some Israelite group letting Africans in their congregation? You can't have the Lord's Passover with some Africans. You can't have the Lord's Passover with oppressors. How do you do such a thing? Because it's not the Lord's Passover. You're just having dinner. You're just having dinner with your friends, I guess, whatever the hell it is you're doing. We celebrate the Lord's Passover here. Go ahead, Al.
So it's lucky. I was gonna say, it's in the UPK is real brotherhood. You know, not no divine non-Greek fraternity. You know what I mean? That's not brotherhood. They're dancing. We have brotherhood, so it's Salakia.
You exactly right. We have real brotherhood. We don't have rankhood. Right. That's what other fake Israelite groups have. They got rankhood. That's what they care about. They care about what rank they is and all that old other nonsense. They don't love each other for real. They don't care about each other, man. They care about what rank they is and they stature and they status and all that garbage that don't mean a hill of beans, man. What is all that gonna mean when the Lord come and do what He do? What's your stature gonna mean? Who the hell you are? Who gives a damn? If you ain't serving the Lord, man, nobody cares, man. Our brotherhood and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, we're gonna watch our enemies fall before our face. You got Ecclesiastes, the 4th chapter. Let me get verse 9. Read that.
In the book of It's like this Ecclesiasticus or Ecclesiastic.
Ecclesiastics in the Bible.
Okay, kind of kind. We're in the book of Ecclesiasticus. So like Ecclesiastes, chapter 4 and verse 9.
Read that.
2 are better than 1.
2 is better than 1, man. This brotherhood, this thing that we do in the UPK, man, 2 is better than 1. How do we have brotherhood with nobody? That's what a lot of the fake Israelites do. They just sitting in the couch on the couch, doing a bunch of this, running their mouth, talking about a bunch of nonsense that nobody even cares about. Go ahead, Al.
So like sir, if I may, like, I come across different people, in the world sometimes, saying what they believe in. Well, the brother I went to high school with, he's a Muslim, but he knows that we're Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
But he feels he can do both.
Right.
So he's celebrating Ramadan, but he's an Israelite.
See, and
Kyrie Irving, Salakia.
And you know why? And you know why he thinks that? He thinks that because of Christianity and fake Israelite groups. That's why he thinks like that. He thinks like that because of fake Israelite groups and Christianity. But the scriptures say what? You cannot serve 2 masters. You see what I'm saying? You cannot serve 2 masters. How you gonna follow the Arabs who ain't your people? You gonna say they ain't your people and still follow them? That's insane. That's insane. It's because of whatever it is that he's lusting after, that he's following, that he still wants to follow Islam. It ain't no way. As soon as I found out I was an Israelite, man, I couldn't wait to throw all that other garbage away. Let me tell you something. I didn't need nothing but Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. After that, it was over. I didn't need nothing else. Everything else went in the garbage. I wasn't doing nothing else no more. That was it. Deuteronomy 28, that was it. I was hooked. Hook, line, and sinker. It still took me a while to come into the truth, but all that other stuff was thrown away. So a brother like that, man, I just pray that he realize what he's doing, man. And as long as you keep breathing on the brother and keep, being a word of wisdom inside the brother's ear, hopefully he'll come out of that, man. And that's important. And that actually tied to what we're reading right now. 2 is better than 1, man. That brother needs some help, man. He needs somebody to tell him he wrong. Farrakhan ain't gonna do it. Farrakhan did the most terrible breakdown of the children of Israel I ever seen in my life. That was awful. He told black people we was Esau. I said, are you kidding me? I said, are you kidding me, man? But that's how it goes sometimes. You had a question, Salakia. Yeah?
I was gonna say, sir, how they say in the world, no man is an island. So, you can't be in your house just to yourself for your life, serving the Lord just to yourself.
Because you're not serving the Lord if you're just sitting in your house doing absolutely nothing. Reason being, because Christ says you're going to do what? Know them by their works. You see what I'm saying? Christ says you're going to know them by their works. If you sitting in the house with a phone and that's all you doing, how is that? That's anybody can do that. You're not doing nothing. You sitting in your house, you sitting in your house on your phone, looking at the UPK doing food drives, talking about they ain't right, they ain't doing the right thing. And we sitting out here giving the food, and you sitting at home or in your mama basement or sitting at home in your underclothes talking smack about us. while we out here doing the work. I don't know about y'all. I like coming out here and doing the work. I like it. It's all right with me. I don't have a problem with it, man. I don't have a single solitary problem with coming out here and doing this work, man. Where we at? Read that from the top again. Oh, sorry. You had something else?
Slocky, sir, if I may, real quick, I was just gonna say, I believe a lot of brothers are afraid to come into this truth because they are afraid. They fear accountability. They don't. It's like so. Officer Daria Allah asked me before when I was, I've been in and out of school for a while, but he had asked me one time like, why you really want to come? Like what are you here for? What do you think you can benefit from? And I told him, I said, accountability. I don't have brothers. You know what I mean? It's not a football team. This is the real deal brotherhood. This is what football teams wish they had. Sports teams. They lose and they don't perform as well as they can perform because they lack what we have, which is brotherhood. So like you said, that's all I had.
No, ain't no sweat. That's a good thing, man, that you realize that. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't realize that, and they don't want the accountability. They don't want brothers telling them, nah, you can't do that. Because they want to, they love the things in the world. They love getting high. They care about getting high more than they care about being in the truth. They care about that more than they care about being in the truth. They care about sleeping with sisters and throwing them away more than they care about being in the truth. They care about everything else except serving the Lord because serving the Lord, you cannot do what you want to do. You cannot do it. You can't come in here and talk about Jesus know my heart. You can't do that in here. You come in here, you have to serve the Lord. You have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, man, or you cannot be in here. You can't be in here, man. We don't allow people to just come in here and just sin. We don't do that. You can't just come in here and just keep on sinning. Sure, people come in from all walks of life, man, and we got all types of things in place to help brothers and sisters, man. That's the brotherhood because we help one another. We don't want to see anybody stay stuck in that same thing that's been keeping them down the whole time that they've been outside in the world, man. You come in here and you get uplifted by brothers, man. But if a person is unwilling to change, you can't be in here, man. You cannot. And that's what a lot of people don't want. They don't want to change because they disgustingness. Go ahead.
So I remember in General, I remember General Muhammad had a breakdown, on scripture breakdown. He said, you can't even be a brother to a brother who is, evil. You can't even be a brother to a brother like that.
It's tough.
It's
but
it's
think
tough.
about what he said though. But how can you?
You
gonna keep extending brotherhood, and what is he gonna stand back to you? His evil hand. You see what I'm saying? Mike Epps said something so heavy. He said when he used to do cocaine, he said all his friends loved him. But then once he stopped doing it, they started making it feel like he was doing something wrong. And he said, man, I was wondering why my success had to be a reflection of their failures. I said, good gracious. He said something that kind of makes sense. I was shocked. I don't expect entertainers to really say too many smart things, but that was kind of, I'm like, dang, okay. Your success is a reflection of their failures. And that's what happened, man. That people want you, they say misery love company. So he wants you sitting right there with him. He don't want to see you progress over him. So as long as y'all doing the same things, as long as they were sniffing the same coke and they sharing the same wind, which is disgusting. I don't know why anybody would do that. But as long as they still doing those same things, everything was all good, man. But when he changed, everybody, it's the same thing when you come into the truth. As long as we all have friends like that, we hang with them, we do all types of stuff with them, get as high as we want to and drunk as we can, tear up the club and all kind of stuff. But when you change, they look at you like it's something wrong with you. Like, what nigga, what you doing? Like, oh man, he on some bull stuff. He on some bull stuff over there with all that Hebrew Israelite stuff. What are you talking about, man? Get over here and celebrate Christmas, brother. What is you doing? You've been celebrating Christmas your whole life. Now you gonna stop. All that Hebrew Israelite stuff, man. Eat this pork, man. You've been eating baby back ribs your whole life. They just want you to stay in that same spot with them, man. But you cannot. You cannot. You have to change. You have to change. It's so critical to change, man. All right, where we at, El Salakia? Just pick that back up. Read that again.
Ecclesiastes
4:9. Read that.
Chapter 4 and verse 9.
Read.
2 are better than 1.
Man, 2 is better than 1, man. This brotherhood, this thing that we have, again, it's like you're about to rant. I'm trying to get back on where I was at. 2 are better than 1, man. This thing that we have, man, this thing that we do in here, this brotherhood, man, it keeps everybody on the straight and narrow, man. It keeps everybody on the straight and narrow, man. You come in here and you get strength from if you feel weak, you can get strength from one of your brothers, man. But if you by yourself, if you alone, best believe you are a perfect target for Satan. And he's coming. He is coming because you by yourself. You by yourself. Nobody's with you. You don't have nobody to lean on, nobody to talk to, nobody to help you through the times. You by yourself. You suffer by yourself, and he's going to break you. But in here, man, I could call it if I'm feeling some kind of way, and I'm not in a good way, man. I got multiple brothers I can call. I got brothers I can call everywhere. Here, other states, like wherever I need to go, plenty of brothers. I got plenty of brothers I can call and lean on, man. Plenty of them, man. And that's the beautiful thing about brotherhood and us coming and our togetherness inside of here, man. We are never alone and by ourselves inside of the UPK, man. We always have each other. We always have each other, man. That's what we have. We have one another, man. And that's more powerful than anything, man. That's more powerful. That is the most powerful weapon that we have. Each other. Read.
Verse 10. Salakia, continuing verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have a good reward for their labor.
And they have a good reward for their labor. Because what? Because they together, man. Think about the things that we do. Think about the food drive that we do. Think about that. Think about the food drives we do. Think about the Shamar department. How hard they worked at the Passover, man. They was able to be successful because we were together. We were on one accord, man. Everybody was able to enjoy themselves and feel safe because of the Shamar department. Because of the Shamar department. That's why. Think about the food drive. Everybody that came out and needed something, got something because what? We was together. We couldn't I couldn't take I couldn't do a food drive right here in Detroit by myself. The work is crazy. That's not an easy work. I need every brother that chip in and help out to do the part that they do. That's what makes it a success. Our togetherness makes everything a success, man. Read that last part again of that.
Because they have a good reward for their labor.
And we have a good reward for our labor, man. A good reward for our labor. What's the good reward that we get, man? Our brothers and sisters who didn't have because of that food drive, now they have. When we do felony expungements, our brothers and sisters who couldn't find work because of some silly felony on their record, when we get that off their record, now they can find that work that they've been looking for so long, man. That's a good reward, man. A good reward is not something necessarily that you have to get. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to get a good reward for yourself. You getting something is not a good reward. A good reward is what somebody else can get based off of the work you've put in, according to the Lord, like as far as feeding our brothers and helping our brothers and sisters grow. That's a good reward, man. Some of them people didn't even have food for that night. So when they walk away with the food, that's a good, and they can feed their family and things of that nature or clothe their family. That is a good reward. That's a good reward, man. It's a good reward. That's a good reward for me. That's my reward. Because it let them know that you do have people that's here for you. We are brothers and sisters in this truth, man. You got brothers out here that love you. You got people that actually care for you and that stand for you. And we'll be here for you every single time, man. And and not only that, guess what else we're gonna do? We're gonna tell you the truth about who you are. We're gonna tell you the truth about who you are, man. You're not alone out here. You're not alone, and you shouldn't feel alone out here. Don't ever think it's not no hope. It's an Israelite school. It's an Israelite school in every city and state. There's hope all over the place for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All over the place. And we let them know, and they not alone. Read.
Verse 10. For if they fall, if
they stumble, which people do, man. People in the truth, especially when you're just coming in the truth, you make mistakes because you're learning. You learning, man. You learning. I didn't start off with my rank. I came in as a young man. I had to learn. It was me, and I wasn't the only brother there at the time. So we had to learn. Two is better than one. Sometimes I learned off some of the things that he did wrong. And sometimes I would hope that he learned off of some of the things that I did wrong. So if we fail, read.
For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
And that's how I was lifted up, man, because I learned from seeing him make a mistake. And he learned from seeing me make a mistake, man. And then we had men over us correcting us. All right. And then we was able to help each other out and talk to each other like, man, okay, this was, this, that, and the third, and figure it out, man, until we got to to a point where we was like, yeah, okay, we got this thing now. Okay, now we ain't gonna be. Now we ain't about to be falling like that. Then we had this thing, man. 2 is better than 1, man.
Damn right.
Nobody want to be standing and going through things on their own, man. This brotherhood in here, man, is a bad dude, man. And I had to do this because I had to do this. I had to talk about this brotherhood today, and I always talk about this when I'm coming off a Passover because I see it and it's so lovely. So, like, you have something else? Give me 1 second. I got you. Oh, I thought you was raising your hand. Oh, no. Yeah, this brotherhood, man, in here, man. And it just and Passover grow every year, man, which let you know, man, we bringing more and more brothers in and waking more and more brothers and sisters up, man. We waking more and more up the more and more we do this, man. And it's getting bigger and it's growing and it's beautiful, man. Brothers and sisters out there just having a great time and coming together, man. I wish the world could, I wish every brother could just really just see what it was like. Just be in the atmosphere, man. That's what the kingdom gonna be like, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. It's going to be a beautiful thing, man. And we not gonna have a worry in the world just like that. Where we at, L? But whoa. But what? But what? But destruction to him. Mm-hmm. That is alone. But what?
But woe to him that is alone.
But woe to him that is alone, man. That's what I just was talking about, man. Woe to the person that is by themselves. Destruction to a man who is standing by yourself, man. We call them, what we call them, individual lights. Right. Woe to you individual lights, man. Woe to y'all. Y'all have no hope whatsoever, man. Salakia, y'all too. If y'all got any questions or comments, just drop it in the comment section and I'll get to it. We got any questions in there, L? Can you see? Yeah, but woe to somebody who is by themselves, man. You don't want to be alone, man. Especially like in the times that we going into right now, man. Into the times that we going into right now, everything's starting to ramp up. War-wise. And as you seeing these things happening, man, it is definitely time for people to start picking sides. You should pick you should pick whatever side you want to pick. Hey, listen. I'm on the side I want to be on. I'm good right here where I'm at. But you want to make sure that you picking the right side, man. Don't go getting purple because you're gonna be in trouble. Don't do that. Don't do it to yourself. But however, if that's what you choose to do, all right, you go right on ahead, man. Because in there you're gonna be by yourself. You think you got it, brothers, but you're gonna be by yourself up in there. Fall on some hard times, they're gonna kick you out. Yeah, they're gonna kick you right up out of there. They're gonna get you right together. But woe to him.
Salakia.
Yeah, they're gonna get you right together, man. They don't have compassion for brothers in there, man. Not the kind of compassion you're gonna get inside of here. You have to, as General Muhammad said, you got to stop picking places based on what you like. based on what you like, man. And start picking places based on what's right. Pick it based on what's right, man. Pick it based on. Go ahead.
It's lucky, sir. If I may, I think one of the greatest things the UPK teaches, which is plentiful, but that your opinion doesn't matter.
No, your opinion does not matter. Nobody cares about your opinion. Who the hell cares about your opinion?
When you take your opinion away, it'll save your life.
Right.
It makes you think clear.
Kind.
You know what I mean, sir?
Kind. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. And it's tough because it's tough for some people because especially when you coming out the world, you know, you think you the smartest mother lover to ever walk on the planet. You think you know it all. You do, man. And then you come in here and as you start learning, you start realizing like, God, I don't know nothing. I know absolutely nothing. I should shut my mouth and just learn. That's what I should do. How do I know? Because it happened to me. You couldn't tell me nothing. I knew how to run my family, run my household, run my woman. I knew everything. You couldn't tell me nothing. And then I came in here and found out, what in the hell have I been doing? What have I been thinking? This is so much better than what I've been doing. Like, and it's so much easier and better than what I've been doing. And it makes everything like being in truth is truly a less stressful thing. And it truly is a easier way to go about things. You cannot understand that until you come in. You have to come in here and be a part of this to understand how much easier life is when you come in here and start serving the Lord. That's not saying you still not going to have trials and tribulations. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when I look at my life now and I look at my life then, it is a total difference. It's a total difference. Yeah, it is. It's a total difference. It's a big difference between the two, man. It's a big difference between the two. And I would have never known that had I not come in here and experienced this brotherhood, man. And that's why I be so thankful, man, about coming in here. For if one falleth, but woe unto him that falleth.
Con with con.
Read that again.
For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
Mm-hmm.
But woe to him that is alone when he falleth. For he have not another to help him up.
He has nobody to help him, man. He don't have another a brother to lift him up. He don't have another brother that he can call. He doesn't have any of those things, man. He doesn't have any of those things. And because he doesn't have any of those things, when he falls, how does he get up? He doesn't. He does not. Hey, we got some more waters back there, El. It don't got to be this can. Give me the other can. I think we got another can back there. The water. I appreciate that. The water. Yeah. He doesn't have anybody to pick him up, to lift him up, to help him out. Somebody he can call to boost his spirit up. He does not have those things. He's left alone, man. He's left alone. You don't want to be that brother, man. You don't want to be that brother that's always by himself, man. And that's why it's so important, again, to like and share these classes, man. Because it lets brothers know that you're not alone out here. You're not by yourself out here, man. It's brothers it's brothers that love you and care about you and will help you. It's twat. That love you and care about you and will help you, man. You don't have to be by yourself. You don't have to be by yourself, man. At all. At all. Let's get Psalms 133. I'm trying to run through these right quick. Got a late start. Yeah, 130, Psalms 133, man. No, la'a. Actually, yeah, Khan. Just hold that for me. Give me 1 second. Yeah, to let people know you're not by yourself, man. You falling, you ain't got nobody to turn to, nowhere to go, no nothing, man. You alone. Think about. I don't know what y'all would do. I don't know what I would do if I ain't had my brothers to turn to, man. I don't have the slightest idea about what I would do if I didn't have a brother that I could, that if I was going through a thing, I could not call him. I'd be in a world of trouble one way or the other. I know I would be. I don't know what I would do without brothers. And sometimes, a lot of times, that's all brothers be needing is somebody to just say, hey, brother, nah, don't lose your mind like that. Don't do that. Don't, what they call it, crash out. Don't go crash out, brother. Don't do that. You ain't got to do that, man. You ain't got to do that. You can handle it this way. Sometimes a brother just don't know another way to handle it, and then he run off and go do something silly. He just run off and go do something silly, and then, you know, the next thing you know, he in prison or he gone or whatever happened, just because he doesn't know a different alternative of how to handle it, man. That's another thing about the importance of coming in here, man. You learn how to solve issues without harming another brother. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to harm another brother to resolve an issue. You can resolve an issue without harming another brother. You don't have to punch every brother in the face because you're mad. You learn how to talk to a brother. You learn that in here, man. That's a beautiful skill, man. It's like you have something else. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Ain't no sweat. Ain't no sweat, Doc. Ain't no sweat, man. Ain't no sweat. All right, where we at? Psalms 133 and 1, right?
And 1, sir.
And 1, man. These scriptures that I'm kind of going over right here, man, is just about us, really just this brotherhood, man. That is the key to our deliverance, man. Our brotherhood and keeping the law, statutes, commandments. Matter of fact, hold that. Matter of fact, drop that. Get me Matthew 22 and 37. Let's get that. Drop that. Give me Matthew 22 and 37. And then we'll come back to that.
We're in the book of Matthew, chapter 27 and verse 32.
Mm-hmm.
And as they came out, they found a man of Cyrene.
Actually, jump up to 36. Start right there.
Khan. We're in the book of Matthew, chapter 27 and verse 36.
Actually, jump up one more, 35. Start there.
Slaki. We're in the book of Matthew, chapter 27 and verse 35. And they crucified him and parted his garments.
22. Matthew 22 and 35. 22.
Verse 22, sir. Salaki.
No. Chapter 22.
Oh, chapter
35. Con. Salaki. I'm going to say something different. Salaki. Ain't no sweat.
Salaki, sir. We're in the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 35. Then one of them, which was a lawyer asked him a question,
tempting
him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
So which is this is somebody asking Christ saying, what's the great commandment in the law? What's the number one we should follow, man? What's the number one we should follow? Okay, but he really trying to trip Christ up and trick him. But watch how smooth Christ is. Watch this. Read.
Count out one kind. Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
Now, what does it mean to love the Lord thy God with all your heart? What does that mean? Yeah.
So like it, sir, to do and to keep all his laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's exactly what that means, man. It don't mean you get to do whatever you want to do and Jesus know your heart. That's not what that means, man. It don't mean, as General Muhammad broke down what dumb, stupid Christians say, everybody's sin, so that means you can just keep sinning. We all fall short. That's not what it means, man.
Right.
That's not how you love the Lord thy God with all your heart. You love the Lord thy God with all your heart by not sinning. That's how you love him with all your heart, man. You can't come. The Lord don't want to hear your prayers and you come and praying to him with pork all on your god doggone breath. You just done came from eating a pork chop sandwich and think you about to pray to the Lord and you think he want to hear that garbage. He don't want to hear your nonsense.
That's right.
He does not want to hear your nonsense. The Lord does not hear the prayers of sinners. He does not. He does not. He does not want to. He does not want to. He has no time. What can the Lord do with somebody that's not? How can the Lord do anything or how can you be useful to the Lord and you stuck in your sin and you just want to keep sinning? All you want to do. You ain't somebody that's trying to work on it and trying to get better at it or none of that stuff. You just somebody that just keep doing it, just talking about, the Lord know my heart. I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna eat this ham sandwich, this pork. You can't even quit eating pork. How can the Lord trust you to do anything else and you can't even do something as simple as quit eating pork? Like you won't even start there. You won't even start right there. You have to continue doing the same doggone thing. Nah, man. The Lord, you got to love the Lord thy God with all your heart, man. And that's keeping his law, statutes, and commandments, man. Read.
Kind of one kind. Verse 38.
No, we still at 37.
Oh, so like verse 37. Thou shalt love the Lord God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
And with all thy mind, man. This is a constant thing, man. This is a constant thing. If you say you love the Lord, man, and you celebrating Easter, you don't love the Lord, man. What holiday come? Mother's Day. If you say you love the Lord, man, and you about to celebrate Mother's Day, you don't love the Lord, man. You don't love the Lord if you're about to celebrate Mother's Day, man.
Right.
Because how can you? You serving Mother's Day. You serving your mother. And to show you how dumb and stupid it is, you let the oppressor pick a day that you can love your mama. You don't buy her, you buy your mom flour and candy on this day. And then you got a whole 364 days. You do absolutely nothing for your mother.
Right.
You do absolutely nothing for her. But when this day come, man, you take her out to dinner. You got your candy and flowers. She there the whole rest of the year. You don't even consider doing any of this stuff. You allow your oppressor to tell you what day you can take your mama out to dinner. Because the only time you do it is what? Mother's Day and her birthday. Am I making this up? Am I wrong? That when they do it? Ain't that when they do it?
What kind, sir?
They birthday and Mother's Day. Those are the days those are the days that these things happen, man. You let your oppressor tell you when you can love your mama. Not in here, man. Yeah, not in here, man. You ain't celebrating no damn Mama's Day in here. Salaki, give me 1 second here. Yeah, we ain't celebrating no Mother's Day here. You can't celebrate Mother's Day and love the Lord at the same time, man. You cannot serve two masters. God, dog, that's what Christ is saying. You got to love the Lord thy God with all your heart and soul. Where the Lord say celebrate Mother's Day at? But we are in the Feast of First Fruits. You can do that. We did just have the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You can do that. We did just have Passover. These are the things that the Lord said for us to do, man. How you going to celebrate Mother's Day and do none of that and say you love the Lord? 4th of July about to come up. I bet y'all going to be out there popping them firecrackers on the 4th of July like ain't no tomorrow. Like ain't no tomorrow, man. And not even consider what the Lord want us to do. You don't care about what the Lord want us to do because the Lord is not who you serve, man. And again, that's why it's so important to have these classes because people think because of Christianity and fake Israelite groups, they think God is okay with all this stuff that they doing, man. They don't know, man. They don't fear the Lord properly, man. And here we fear the Lord. And here we understand the Lord is a terrible power, man, who will put you to death. Who will put you to death for all that garbage you doing, man. I monitor myself carefully, making sure I don't sin, man, because I fear the Lord. I monitor myself carefully, man, because I know if I sin, the Lord, you know how easy it is for the Lord to just move me out the way and move somebody else right. Like the Lord don't need me to do. You see what I'm saying? He don't need me. I need him. You see what I'm saying? Lord don't need me. I need him. So I'm very careful about what I do. I'm very careful about how I treat brothers. I'm very careful about the things I say to brothers. I always try to make sure I'm a brother to brothers first before I'm anything. That's the thing Commander General Yohana taught us to do. Salakia, read.
Okay. Continuing on.
Verse 38.
We're on verse 38. This is the first and great commandment.
And that is the first and great commandment, man. When y'all celebrating all these holidays and all this other stuff that your oppressor got going on, understand something, man. Y'all are worshiping other gods. Y'all are worshiping other gods, man. The Lord kills you for worshiping other gods. Understand that. The Lord ain't your friend, man.
Right.
The Lord is not your friend. He ain't your homeboy. None of that garbage, man. The Lord is a man of war that puts people to death for their sin. That's what the Lord is. The Lord is the man that's going to deliver blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans out of this hellhole. And I'm positive it's going to happen because I see what he said happening. I see it happening. I see it getting closer more and more every day. I see it getting closer more and more every day. When I was in the world and in Christianity, I would have been a lost soul and never understood none of this. And here you learn the Bible. And here you learn the Bible, man. The first is the greatest, man. The first is the great commandment. Love the Lord, man, and be obedient. What it say in Revelations, come out of her, my people, come out of this nonsense that we inside of this country, man. Why you think they got weed houses on every corner? It's to keep you high and keep you away from the truth, man. That's what it is. I remember when I was in the world, I used to smoke a couple blunts or two. I used to do that stuff watching Cross the Line radio, man. Taking no action, just sitting there getting high than a fool, man. I ain't get the action till I put that stuff down. I said, damn this, you know what? I'm making a decision right now. It's either this or that. And I chose the Lord, man, and I've been rocking it out ever since, man. Where we at? Verse 39. Read that.
Verse 39. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Well, when it say you shall love your neighbor as you love yourself, is it talking about loving your oppressor? Is that what it's talking about? It's talking about your brother. And how do you know it's talking about your brother? Let me help you out a little bit. In this time that we're talking about, right? Judah dwelled in Judea. So you had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right? So who would have been their neighbors? Their neighbors would have been each other. Because of what? They dwelled in that same land. Of course you had other Israelites that were scattered out and doing different things. But understanding predominantly what Christ is talking about. Your neighbor is your brother. Your neighbor is your brother, man. Your neighbor ain't some some oppressor. That's who their neighbor ain't never the Chinese, man. Their neighbor ain't never the Chinese. Their neighbor is never a Chinese man. Their neighbor is never an African. Their neighbor is always an oppressor. That's who it is. It's never no other nation. And they don't even believe that they think like that. But that's exactly how they think. They can't see it. In their mind, oppressor mean everybody. You say oppressor, that's everybody. All right. But again, the point I was bringing out is that's the two things that we have inside of this school, man. The law, statutes, and commandment, and our brotherhood, man. And that's how you fight Satan. That's how we'll win the war that we in. Because a lot of y'all don't understand we are at war. We at the oppressor been warring on us. But we don't fight back with weapons and things of that nature. Excuse me. We fight back with our brotherhood and our obedience to the Lord. That's how we fight back. We fight back keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. We fight back with our love for one another. You can't fight back joining hand to hand. Hand to hand, look where it got us. You got something else? Go ahead.
All right, precept.
Go ahead, rock it on now.
Most High in Christ. We're in the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal,
Mm-hmm.
but mighty through God.
The weapons of our warfare is not. We don't have an army in which we can go fight with tanks, and, airplanes, and things of that nature. Besides that, that's not what the Lord wants us to do. Because if we done that, then guess what? We would give the glory to ourselves. We would give the glory to ourselves. That's why I say in the scripture, for this same reason that he raised Pharaoh up, man. That's why he raising it up, raising these nations up the way that he doing. So what? So when he destroy it, everybody gonna know it was him. Everybody's gonna know it was our God that did this to deliver us. They're gonna know that, man. It's not gonna be a secret. It's not gonna be a thing that's hidden. They're gonna know it was our God that did this thing, man. And that's why everything's getting stirred up the way it is. They ain't want to do it, but they ain't got no choice because the Lord wanted it to happen, man. Because when that time come, man, when it come and the Lord make it clear, it's gonna be over. We ain't got to worry about none of this no more.
That's right.
We ain't got to worry about none of this no more, man. Where we at?
Yes, sir. We still in.
And that's why it's so okay. And that's why it's so important to love your brothers. And that's why it's so important for us to come together, man. And that's why I love seeing the Passover, and I see it grow every single year. I see it getting bigger and bigger and bigger, man. And it's a heavy thing that's happening, man. It is such a heavy thing that is happening, man, because hey, that means brothers and sisters is coming in from all over, man. And the more that come in, I know the closer we are to the end of this thing, man. I know our suffering is almost over the more people I see come in. So like, God dog it. Keep trying to. All right, where we at, L?
We are in the book of.
No, what verse?
We're at verse 39. We're at 49.
Okay, read that.
On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
And on these two commandments hang everything, man. On these two hang everything. Loving the Lord thy God with all thy heart and soul, and loving each other. And loving each other. How we treat each other, how we talk to one another, how we deal with one another, man. You know how we learned how to deal with each other in the world from our oppressor. From the men that hate us, man.
Right.
That's why we so discombobulated out there in the world. We learned how to treat each other from the oppressor. Like, people don't realize something has been done to us. People don't realize that. Something's been done to our people that nobody else suffers or goes through. Get that door, Al. That nobody else suffers and goes through. Something has been done to us, man. And it comes from us not serving our power, us not serving the Lord. That's why these are that's why that's the two most important things to do. Love the Lord, that God with all thy heart. Because when you love the Lord with all your God, like you said earlier, we're gonna keep them laws, statutes, and commandments, man. We ain't gonna eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We ain't gonna sleep with another brother woman. We ain't gonna harm our brother, murder our brother. We ain't gonna sell our brother drugs. Like it's a way that we're gonna treat one another. Because guess what? I'm going to treat myself a certain way, and I'm going to treat my brother the way I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to treat him the way I'm going to treat myself. I ain't going to look at him like dang. And it'd be so hard because I know we still use the N-word and stuff, but I just want to use this. Just think about the difference if you didn't look at your brother as the N-word and you looked at him as a brother. Think about the different mindset you would have towards your brother. Of course, we distinguish the difference in there, but of course, so I'm talking about mainly people in the world. So think about the different look, how you would look at your brother when you looking at him as a brother. You ain't saying, what's up, my end. You saying, what's up, brother? Man, how was your day? Right. You good today, bro? Think about if we treating each other like that. At one point, we did treat each other like that. Right. And your oppressor feared it. He feared that we treated each other like that, man. And every time we built a black city or something like that, he would come bomb and tear it up. But it was always one thing we was missing with that. We wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. This time, inside of this school, we got it right, man. We got it right, man. Under Commander General Yohana, we got it right. And the Lord gonna deliver us out of this thing, man. Damn right. It's coming, and it's coming soon, man. Quick. So if I was y'all, man, I would make my election sure. I would pick my side. You're gonna have to pick a side, man. You're gonna have to pick a side. It's gonna be like it did when Moses came up out of Egypt, and Moses said, pick a side. All who gonna be with the Lord over here, and anybody else that want to do something else, be over there, man. That's right. I don't know what you gonna do. I made my decision. My decision is made. Locked in. That's it. I'm here. And with that, shalom, Israel. I'm gonna end the class. Shalom. Right.